Good morning, y'all. Good morning. I'm trying this new thing. It's called Restream. I set up all the scenes last night and played and fiddled around with it, see how it works. So I'm being y'all's test dummy, figuring out which one of these new streaming sites works the best with YouTube. I will say Restream versus the one I used yesterday seems like an easier interface. It was easy to set up the scenes and everything like that. I can even put my chat box on my screen so as y'all chat, it'll pop up. Really cool. Um, so sorry. I will be talking about today. I was over there. You know how I be perusing the streets. I be walking around. Just just going ooh child and clutching my pearls. So I was clutching my pearls yesterday, y'all. We were up there, on Just Christmas having a good old time, right? And as we were up there on Just Christmas having our good old time, and Bree was giving Lemon heck yesterday. It was kind of funny being from the sideline. It was kind of funny and cute. So as I'm over there and I'm laughing and I'm getting my life with them because they was doing it like a brother and sister that ain't seen each other in like 2 weeks and they fighting. I don't know why, but that's what it reminded me of. Like the big sister's picking on the little brother, and it was kind of fun. But then Miss Pretty Purple, good morning to Hood Type of Girl. I'm gonna talk about that situation too. I'm gonna talk about that kerfuffle you in, child. Um, but we was over there and whatnot at Mrs. Lemon's, and we were all chilling. And I think their situation was a misunderstanding, just like I think the Hood Tables situation was a misunderstanding, right? And I'm gonna explain to you why I think it was a misunderstanding. When Pretty Purple got up on the link, we couldn't see her. She wasn't able to speak right away, so we didn't know who it was. I think that, I think it might have hurt Miss Pretty Purple's feelings thinking that people were calling her a peabomber. No, you got that totally wrong. That would have been said to anybody, not just you. It could have been me that popped up there with my camera on a blank screen, not saying nothing, and they would have said the same thing to me because we do have people that clone other people's accounts and jump on these links, use people's profile pictures, and p-bomb people. That's why a lot of us use banners. We're very cautious on who we let up on the links. If we don't know you, that's why we're also very like, who is this? What do they mean? Because we have a lot of things like that happen in this sector, right? So I think it was out of precaution. Bree didn't mean any harm. I do believe Miss Pretty Purple. I think you jumped off the porch too soon. I was trying to get your attention myself to be like, no, Miss Pretty Purple, that's not what Bree meant. That's I'm telling you, like this kerfuffle is happening for no reason. Please calm down. Like I wanted to calm it down. Not to mention with them screaming, I had my headphones in yesterday, and I've been sick. Y'all know I've been sick, and it was giving me a headache, so I just dropped. I was like, nah, I can't be doing all this. I love you. I love you just because I had to get on some yonder before it gave me a massive headache because it was starting to get there. Not to mention what did I have to really add to that conversation per se. You know, I was waiting until there was a moment that I had to add to a conversation. Hey, why Tanya Jones? Good morning. Good morning to Hood Table. Good morning, everybody. All my cloud watchers, make sure y'all remember, this is your med check reminder. Take your medications. Don't do like me and forget with your ADHD. Okay. So, I think that the pretty purple, the pretty uh, Ryan, um, I think, that's a different pretty purple than we have three different ones, if I'm not mistaken, in the sector. Um, we have a couple of folks with purple in their name, but I do believe there's two different Pretty Purple Rains or Rhines. I do believe there's two separate ones, if I'm not mistaken. That's the thing, though. It could have been anybody that popped up there, and the same thing would have been said. Because when we see black screens, that's the first thing we think, y'all, when somebody's hiding their camera. We think somebody trying to pee bomb somebody. We freaking out because YouTube can take. Oh, thank you for becoming a member, VS Icon. Good morning, beauty. Thank you for becoming a member. Do you remember the 21st night of September? Okay, sorry. I don't know why that song came to mind all of a sudden, but I think that whole thing was a kerfuffle. You know what I'm saying? And everything. And I want to know who told Lemon that Bree liked Cootie Cat. I've been knowing Bree for a long time, and she's always said she's strictly dickly, right? She don't play around with the cat, y'all. She don't like cats like that, right? She likes dogs. She don't like cats like that. You get what I mean without saying it, right? Good morning, Watonya Jones. Good morning. Um, I just said that to you, girl. I'm sorry. Um, but anyway, so that we were over there, we was chilling and whatnot, and then that kerfuffle happened. Then they took the kerfuffle over to Miss Intel's, right? They took that same kerfuffle. Good morning, Miss Tiffany. They took that same kerfuffle over to Miss Intel's, right? And who was it that said that? Oh, Lolo hates that word. I'm still in that word, so I'm just saying. Uh, Conscious energy. I'm still in it. Okay. Anyway, I'm using it. Anyway, so they had their little back and forth, and then when Ms. Zintel started, Ms. Zintel was trying to calmly talk and you know everything else, and I think she finally got her to understand where she was coming from, but then she started getting mad at Just Krista. I'm like, Just Krista didn't even know how to use the banner. Just Krista, we're going to teach you how to use the banner and all that stuff. One day we're going to do a private stream. I'm going to teach you how to set your stuff up, girl, because you don't know how to use the banner or none of that. You got to learn how to use that banner. You got to. Um, that's a must. Okay, and then Rick Reed and Miss T Velocity are at it right now, right? Well, Rick got up on YTC's and was dragging Miss Tiva and Miss Queen Diva, right? Now, I will say when I watched the Hood Tables yesterday, I did go to Miss Tiva, and you can ask her when this situation happened. The Hood Table did not tell me. I want to make this 100% clear to go up there and say a thing for her. I thought, and this is coming from my good heart, I thought the situation between the Hood Table and Miss Tiva could be fixed. I thought it was a misunderstanding, and that if I told Miss Tiva that the Hood Table didn't mean it that way, and that she didn't realize, she forgot about their kerfuffle, that maybe they could work it out, right? I thought they could have a conversation and talk to each other because I didn't think it was that serious, right? I thought it was a misunderstanding. The Hood Table forgot they had beef and let Jay Dunn up with Miss Tiva. Now I did. I thought it was a kerfuffle, right? I thought it was something that could easily be fixed. Now the Hood Table, she'll tell you, she said if somebody don't like me, they don't like me. She said that yesterday on her show, right? But you know me, I'm always trying to play the peacekeeper if I can. I don't know why. It's just in my heart, especially if I know two people are cool with each other. I just don't want to see people fight. Okay? So I was over there trying to play peacekeeper. Um, you know, I was just trying to help, you know. But I do know that the situation, I was there that night. I had to tell the Hood Table about their beef. The Hood Table forgot about their beef. And she played her live yesterday on her live, and you specifically hear me tell the Hood Table, I was like, now the Hood Table, Jay Dunn and Miss Tiva have beef, right? Like you hear me say that. And the hood table goes, oh, snap. You know what I'm saying? It like hit her in the brain. She's like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That's not the first time that's happened because a lot of times in the sector, people forget about other people's beefs, right? Even if it was a bad beef, even if it was up and stuck between the two, especially the hood table. And I don't think at that time, the hood table, I don't think you had been live in a couple of days or something like that. And I think you had been dealing with some stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I think it was either with the grandbaby or the weather or something. I forget exactly what it was at that time. Maybe it was just too much going on at once. I don't exactly remember, but I do remember the situation. We were up there, and Miss Tiva was giving me some advice. You know, at when I first started my morning show, there were people who were, you know, saying that I was trying to mess with Miss Ronnie IQ's time slot and all this other stuff, and they were trying to pit me and YTC and Ronnie Q against each other. Miss Tiva was explaining to me, just don't worry about it, just do your show, right? Don't listen to the naysayers; they're just trying to cause division, right? She was just giving me some friendly advice, you know, from being a content creator longer than me. Um, and that's basically it, right? And then, you know, Jay Dunn popped up. The hood table didn't think about it. You know, usually, and I know the hood table operates like I do. When we know two people have beef, usually she'll ask, and that's why I know for a fact she didn't think about it. Because usually what she would have done was go, "Hey, Miss Tiva, Jay Dunn's trying to come up. You know, do you want her up here?" If she remembered they had beef. That's why I was surprised when she popped her on up there. I was like, ooh, like even my brain went, ooh, because I did remember. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, sweet baby Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I was going, sweet baby Jesus. Um, but I thought, with it not being that huge of a kerfuffle, those two could work it out. I thought it was just an accident. Miss Tiva knows the hood table. You know what I'm saying? She knows she wouldn't do nothing intentional like that. And so I thought they could work it out. Then Miss Tiva said, no, she's done. And I think the hood table's done. So I moseyed my way out of it, you know, and I was like, let the two be. I still support both. I still love both. I'm going to stay my little happy butt in my little corner and let them two do their things. Um, and YTC, I think with you and the hood table, I don't think the hood table was, in my opinion, calling for any action to happen to you. I think it was she was calling out like, "Hey, this person just did it, so why am I not? Why am I held to a different standard?" Kind of situation. I think it's because she felt like she was held to a different standard. I could be wrong, and you may cuss me out for trying to be a peacekeeper, and you may get me, but I don't believe that y'all two should be beefing right now, technically. I don't think y'all should have any problems. I think that you are an example, and I know you don't want to be the example. I know that you don't want to be involved with their situation, and I get that. But it's kind of like it's a situation that happened, and so you speak about it, right? Now it's up to y'all if y'all want to continue and do y'all's thing. I ain't getting in it. I'm like Bennett, right? I ain't in it. But I don't think that it should cause. I don't think the situation caused this much rift. What I would love to do, and I know all y'all gonna say no, because all y'all hard headed, all y'all strong minded. I would love to have Miss Tiva, Miss the Hood Table, and Miss YTC all on one panel at the same time to talk out their stuff. I believe y'all all can work it out. But, you know, I would love to have y'all all get together and have a conversation, but I know all y'all gonna tell me no, cause y'all hard headed and y'all got y'all's minds on things, and I can't change it. But wouldn't I want to? You know, cause I care about y'all. But so that's basically what's been going on in the sector. I thought somebody else was beefing. I'm trying to remember right now. I thought there was another kerfuffle that had happened. And, oh, y'all, Did y'all hear breaking news last night on Miss Lemon's that lady snooping pills is a thing? Did y'all hear that one? Yeah, I was like, ooh, child. Also, funny kerfuffle that happened yesterday. I forgot to mention this. Miss Tracy went live and she was dragging child. And at first, I didn't know who she was dragging, and it took me a minute to realize who she was dragging. She was dragging Miss Ronnie IQ. Well, it's because she misconstrued the situation, and uh, then at the end of her live, even Lemon was talking about yesterday on Just Krista's. Um, she thought what was going on between Demetra was between Demetra and Ronnie IQ, when no, it was, Demetra and Miss Tiva, if I'm right, have been going at it, right? And so Miss Tracy got the wrong person, and she goes, "Oh well, I guess I just dragged her. Oops, my bad. I still dragged her." You know what I'm saying? Like oh, dang. Anyway, on to the next. Miss Tracy, she don't take stuff too serious. It's just the beef sector for her. Yeah, you got to go back and watch the Hood Table. You got to go back and watch Miss Tracy's last live. At first, I didn't know who she was dragging. It took me a minute. I was sick. I was running around trying to share everybody out. I was trying to take a nap yesterday on top of everything. I'm getting better, y'all. I am. I feel better today than I did yesterday. So far, knock on wood. I'm gonna knock on some wood, y'all, because I don't want to jinx myself. My ears aren't draining as bad as they were, so that's a good thing. My voice is still a little weird, but um, my ears aren't draining as bad, and they're not hurting and all that stuff right yet. So right now we're gonna say a prayer that it continues that way, because I can't stand when I don't feel good. Now, Lemon did commission me to make the um, the poster for his dating show for Happy Life. Lemon, if you in the clouds, listen, I know I got the date right. I need the times for the show and that, whatnot, and everything to finish up your graphic. I do want to say that, yeah, the Hood Table Girl, I'm telling you, it was crazy yesterday. You missed some stuff because you was in a kerfuffle. You know what I'm saying? You was in your own kerfuffle, and it was like people were all just like, you know what? I'm just gonna drag today. I'm upset about the presidential election, so I'm gonna drag some folks. And that's what it felt like yesterday. It felt like, but we were having fun over there at Just Krista's, and we was just laughing and cutting up and talking about food and, different things. And Bree was being her messy self, and it was awesome. And Lemon was being his messy self, and it was awesome. I think those two would make a great podcast show together, and I'm gonna explain to you why. It's something about how they bounce off each other. Like, they can be messy with each other, and neither one of them take it to heart, if that makes sense. And they can bounce off each other and be messy with each other. So I think they would make a great show together. Like, doing like, I would love to see them do a show at least like once a week, and throw in Miss Intel. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be a good show. Uh, them two talking about different topics in the world, right? Like, instead of doing the debate with these new people, I think that would be a great thing. Like, once a week, when neither one of them have their own shows playing, and they can switch off on whose platform they do it on, right? Like every other show, like, because most of us are subscribed to Lemon, most of us are subscribed to Brie, right? But I think it would be like current events or something, and twist it and make it funny. You know what I'm saying? And turn the news, because the news is boring, right? But if you took the news and you made it like beef sector style, right? And you was janking on the news and what was going on in the world and the funny bits, you can make funny bits with it. I think that would be amazing. That would be hilarious between the two. I think those two bounce off each other well. I just do. Good morning, Miss Tammy. Tell me true. Good morning, Ray. How you doing? But I believe that they do. I believe that they bounce off each other well. But so far, we know the purple right now that we have going. Miss Tracy accidentally. I don't know if Miss Tracy's here. You can get me if I'm saying something wrong and tell me. Accidentally dragged Ronnie IQ yesterday, thinking it was something else. Um, but so that was something you got to go back and watch Miss Tracy's live from yesterday. Okay, and then Just Krista's panel, which I will say that Bree this morning played part of it and was telling how she felt and how she felt about the whole situation. Now I will say Bree was being a little messy yesterday, but when Miss Purple came up, I do not think that Bree was trying to be messy towards her because she would have said the same thing about me, anybody else that came up with a blank screen. Because I don't know if Miss Purple knows this, right? Um, I don't know if she knows this, but a lot of people do clone other people's accounts and pretend to be them and then p-bomb people. And so, as a content creator, we have to be very cautious. Like, I'll say this: Just Krista was letting people up willy nilly yesterday. It could have happened to her. Thank God it did not. But you should always put up your banner or authenticate the person. Do these things. Like sometimes I'll let them up if I've authenticated them. Like I look to make sure that the YouTube account attached to it is the actual YouTube account, right? Like sometimes you'll see me let Jay Dunn up and the Miss O without questioning Mr. Beasley. A lot of times, Mr. Beasley is amazing because he'll turn on his camera in the back and then flip it back off, so I know for a fact it's him. So that's why a lot of times you'll see me just let Mr. Beasley up because I know it's him, right? But with Jay Dunn and the Miss O, I'll try to authenticate on StreamYard. You can authenticate the person and their YouTube account and prove that it's them, right? But if it's somebody new, you'll notice that I'll always throw up my banner, always. And if I and I'm gonna say this, even I could have got doing that, right? Somebody could have tried to use like the hood table has a troll running around here, right? She has a troll running around here who the name looks very similar to her name. The only way you'll know it's not the hood table is for one, the profile pictures are not the same. They're using her actual picture. I saw them last week. I forgot to report on it over the weekend. I remember when I told y'all when I was sick, I was over there at Mother's and I was over there at Mother's and I was over there at this person's and that person's and I was trying to get all the tea. That day when I was in Mother's chat, the troll was in there, y'all. The hood table troll was in there, right? And I caught them and they were trying to stir the pot. They literally, I took a screenshot of it and everything and the person had said, and I can tell y'all in quote what they said. Hold on, I had to go look at my screenshot right quick. I had to go look at where I had, you know, and Mother, thank God, knew it was a troll and knew it wasn't what the troll said. If you look at the time, I even have the time stamp, y'all. If you look at that live from Mother's, it was October the 29th at 6:18 p.m. The person said at 6:16 p.m. And their name was the Hood Tables. So the only difference is they capitalize the H and the T. They don't capitalize the D, and they put an S on the end of the name, and they have her real picture from her Instagram. It says Miss T Velocity and Diva said you like to stir the pot. That's what the troll has said, y'all. This troll does have the Hood Table's name, and if thank God, hey, the Miss O, how you doing, beautiful? If Mother didn't know the hood table, right? Didn't know her well enough to know that wasn't her, and she would never say nothing like that. That could have been misconstrued. Now, I will say, as soon as I saw that comment, I said, that ain't the hood table. I called it out right then and there, right? I was like, that is not the hood table. That is the hood table's troll. Because it looks, they have her name, but with an S on it. And like the capitalization is off. Hey, Creole Butterfly, beautiful. The capitalization is off. Hold on just a minute, y'all. My son just walked in there. I gotta see what he wants. Sorry about that, y'all. My son was talking to me about video games. That's my kid. Um, and I love. Hey, Choreo lover, love. I missed a lot when I was talking to him. I'm sorry, y'all. When my kid comes in, he comes first every time. I love my son. He's my miracle child. Um, I know the hood table, and I know that with her, a lot of times she isn't being malicious on things. When people think that she is, like when she was talking about her point the other day, she was not trying to be malicious or do anything. Hey, Z Craft Vlogs and more. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I had to talk to my son for a moment. And I don't want him on here at all. I'm sorry. You know. But I know that with you, that you're not a malicious person. And that, so you were trying to, use an example, and it just so happens that it happened on YTCs. It could have been anybody. It could have been me that it happened with, right? And if the same thing would have happened, you would have used me as an example, right? It was an example, not being malicious towards anybody or want anything to happen to anybody else, because I know you well enough, right? I know that's not the type of person that you are. Uh, but I do know that with that situation, we have that going on. I don't know what's going to happen today. So we're going to see what happens there, y'all, and see what happens with all that. Now, I do have uh, some cases lined up today for True Crime Thursday, but we are part of the beef sector, and you know, um, we talk about the situations that happen within our sector, right? So this is one of the things that's been going on, and then we have the situation with, I don't know what's going to happen with if Miss Ronnie IQ even saw what happened with Miss Teresa yesterday. So I don't know what's going to happen there. I really don't. I don't know if that's going to cause any issues or whatsoever. And then I do note that what happened what happened with Bree and Miss Purple. I think that's just a misunderstanding. Also, a lot of times I see like miscommunications happen within this sector, and then it causes a beef sometimes. And I will say the hood. I'm gonna repeat this for people coming in and people that didn't see it. I'm gonna repeat this one time. When I jumped up on Miss T Bus, the hood table never told me to do that. She would have actually got my butt if she would have known I was trying to go up there to do that. But I thought that I could be the peacekeeper between the two. I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong. I admit it. I shouldn't have done it. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to help because I thought it was just a miscommunication. You know what I'm saying? And I thought, I could smooth things over and they would be cool again because I hate when people fight. And especially when it's over something that I don't think was that severe. Because, in my opinion, that situation wasn't that severe. I believe they could have worked it out. But that's just me. And sometimes I be doing that. Now, I am trying out a new interface today, y'all. I'm trying out Restream for y'all to show y'all what it looks like. I will say we're going to see how it reacts compared to the one I used yesterday. I am just going to put this link up here. So if anybody wants to pop up and tell their point of view, um, you know, on the situation, I'm going to pin the message. There we go. Look at me pin a message, y'all. But that way that, if anybody wants to talk, like if the hood table, if you want to come up here and tell your side of the story on what had happened with the kerfuffle yesterday or anything, Miss Tiva, anybody, my platform is open and whatnot. Now I am trying to learn how to do these things, um, this new stuff. So you have to be patient with me. This is a new interface that I'm not used to, but I'm getting there, Chad. I'm getting there. Yeah, my heart was in the right place. I was just trying to play peacekeeper. I really was. Because I thought their situation could be worked out. I always see stuff like that and I be thinking. I did create on this one different scenes and stuff. This one is a little bit different than the other one. And I don't know how easy. I mean, if anybody tries to click the link, y'all can tell me how easy it is to get on. If somebody could click the link and let me know, because I want to know how this works. I am trying to be the test dummy over here for new things, so I can tell different people. Because this one is cheaper, and the other one I did yesterday is cheaper than Streamyard. And that background, it was one of the, you know, designs and whatnot that they have for free to use. So far, seems to be working great. I can see the chat. I can even put it up on my screen. So, like, let's say I don't have the chat box open, I can still see the chat box, right? I could go into full screen mode and see the chat box. I think that's really cool. But I am learning a new interface, y'all. This is actually pretty cool, though, the way that it is interfaced. Um, I do like it so far. I'll state that. We're going to see how it continues to work, though, and do. So, anyway, that kerfuffle happened. And then, Breeze and Pretty Purples. Now, she talked about it this morning. I think that situation was a misunderstanding. I think that Miss Pretty Purples jumped off the porch too soon because I think she felt like it was accusatory that she was a pee bomber when that's not where any, like, I could have said it, right? I probably would have if Bree hadn't said it first. If she hadn't said it, I said, "Oh, be careful, you never know," I probably would have said it in my own way about the same situation because you never know nowadays. You never know. J J C G J C Z. Let me get myself straight. Um, yeah, I so far the interface is actually pretty easy. Instead of where on StreamYard you make it under brands, you make it under scenes on this one. Like I have my welcome video, I have my intro, my outro over here. Hey, Miss Queen Diva. I have my intro and my outro over here on Restream. I have other things over here on the side too, right? I have my designs, I'm learning. So if you ever need help, I don't mind trying to teach some things. It's to me the one I used yesterday was actually harder to get a grasp on because it was like it was kind of like OBS and StreamYard had a baby, and that's kind of what this is like in a way. If you've ever used OBS, right? OBS is actually a little more involved, right? You have to set up the scenes and do all this stuff. Well, it's very similar on this one. Oh, Miss Jill, that's you. Shoot. Oh, I did subscribe though. I did subscribe, Miss Jill. I didn't know that was you, Miss Jill. I did subscribe though. I subscribed to your channel. Oh, speaking of which, I'm gonna drop your channel and whatnot for you. Do you want this channel shared in the beef sector? Let me ask that question first. I know you're over here already, but would you like it dropped for people to be able to subscribe? Because some people got their channels they don't want the beef sector a part of, and I just want to make sure before I do it with your permission. You know, um, is it okay if I drop your? Okay, it is. All right. So I'm gonna do that because I just had to make sure because I didn't know that was you, Miss Jill. Oh, okay, okay. I won't do it then. I won't. I want to, but I don't want to do that if you don't want me to. You know what I'm saying? Because some people are like, no, 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 no. No, no. I just want to help you. You know, I try to help everybody. I will be a judge for the charcuterie board challenge of their Miss Leo the Lionesses. Who attacked you, Creole? What happened? Um, I will say that it's on December the 14th, which is a Saturday, which y'all know normally I do not do that because that is my husband's day. So, but, it's for the betterment of the community, and you know how I am. I'm going to be a judge. Um, and Miss, all the spots are taken and whatnot. So y'all get to see an amazing competition over there. Um, I'm gonna go to Miss Leo the Lioness Queen's community wall post right quick, and we are going to be. I'm going to make sure that we, promote, because that's the best way to make sure people know to come watch. Um, I got to scroll down because Miss Leo be sharing a lot. She be supporting. Okay, so the charcuterie board judges are Miss Pizarro, Bubbles, Queen V, Tut, and me, Charlie. Our contestants are Miss Demetra Lit All Day, King Roman News, Lady Law, Brook University, Purple Peach, and Miss Rose Bennett. So we're gonna have a huge, amazing time, and it's gonna be awesome. Hey, Conscious Energy. Hello, how you doing? What had happened, Creole Butterfly? Child, I need to know what had happened. Who attacked my Creole Butterfly? That's my sister from another mister. Who tried to hurt my Creole? Y'all know I love my Creole. I am though, doing this restream thing, and so far I like it. I just want to know, is it easy to, you know? So far I like it. Um, you know, so far I do like it. But Creole girl, you gotta let me know what happened. Who attacked you? What had happened? You know I'm live, so I missed it. You gotta fill me in and let me know. The link is pinned at the top, Creole. Um, so you just gotta let me know. Okay, you gonna be right back? Yeah, I need to know. I'm on a need to know basis. Um, I am going to make sure that it let me save this right quick, y'all. Challenge, as mother says. Challenge. I love when mother says challenge and beef sector. I don't know why. I just do. I love the way that mother says that. Now, if y'all didn't know, also to the people who may or may not know, uh, I'm putting this out there that Miss Reed is doing lives on her backup channel for y'all. For the people who want to watch. For the people who don't, you can just ignore this message. Um, so I will say that. And I'm trying to scroll down. Scroll down. Yeah, I'm scrolling. I'm just scrolling on the wheel. I'm scrolling. I'm trying to scroll down and get all the deets so I can tell you the exact times for your time zones. Um, I need to save that thing so that I have it saved at all points. Oh, I'm getting close to it. I'm getting close to it. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm scrolling. There we go. Okay. So it'll be December the 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that would be 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And because it's like 2 hours, I got to count back. So I think it's 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But I try to do all the time zones because there's a lot of us in different time zones all over the world. You did say that, right? Ray, you did say that. You said Reed would be back. She pretty much back. Don't let her lie and say she ain't. I'm saying it now on December the 14th uh, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The music will be by the Pull Up King, Mr. Buddy Lee. Cash prizes will be first place will be 500, second place will be 300, and third place is going to be 200. So one of those contestants, she's only doing the six contestants, and they had to enter before a specific time, and the slots are filled, and they did enter. It was first come, first serve. Um, you know, oh, something just rang in my ear. Do I have a do I have a guest in the back or something? Oh shoot, child, I got people in the back, didn't even know it. Let me try right quick, Creole. Give me just a minute. Uh Let me try to make sure this is you by putting up I made a banner one and I don't know how that was gonna work, child. We're gonna and I'm gonna add you and I hope it does right. Okay, there we go. Is that you?
It's me.
Okay, and look, see, look, I learned how to use a
I
banner on.
see.
I had to learn how to do a banner on here. Oh, that made you little. I'm like, there we go.
Hey, boo.
Hey, beautiful, what had happened?
I just asked a question. I was in another content creators because I'm back and forth between you two, and I just asked a question that YTC made a comment up on the platform and I about the hood table because she was saying how she feel about whatever the hood table's video was last night. And I said, well, why would she have to go to another content creators panel to say something when she has her own channel? That's weird. That's what I said. Cause that's the purpose of having your own channel is when you got something to say, you fire up your channel and you say what you gotta say. And I guess that person felt offended already and just was like, she ain't telling me nothing. I was in there last night. I asked the question last night, and now I'm up here asking the question, and I'm trying to take up and blah. I mean, just went off on me. Just went off on me. And I was like, wait a minute. So I hit the panel and I said, first of all, I don't have nothing against you. I was just, and when I say I was just, she just dropped down. She didn't want to hear nothing I had to say. And I finished my statement. I'm like, I just asked the question. I thought that's what YouTube was for. When you don't know, you ask the question. And I still feel like it's weird that she wants her to hit somebody else's panel just to say what she got to say when she got her own. I said, that's not coming after her. And I mean, if that's how she feel, her feelings are genuine because, it's how you feel. I can't tell you your feelings is wrong. But that's weird. Nobody's coming. Well, I'm not coming after you just because I asked the question. Like I said, I might have many more questions. Right now, I just got one. And like I said, everybody that follows me know I get a procedure done 3 times a week. Yesterday was one of those days. When I woke up, I saw the hood table was on. I always support the hood table. So I clicked in, and my first question was, Dad, what's going on? What I miss? Like that. I said, never mind, I'll replay. So, I guess I'm just enemy number one right now. I really don't care. I'll be whatever. I'm not gonna go back and forth. People can say whatever, and I'm okay. That's just how I feel about it because it's so asinine to me. It's just dumb.
You
So
should
that
be
was
able to ask a question without someone getting upset because you didn't know. It's
right,
like
and it wasn't disrespectful. It was just like that's weird. Why would she go to somebody else's panel when she's got something to say? I would have fired up, and I would have. The thing about it is, the one that got mad at me, I would have said the same thing about her. Had somebody said they was mad at her because she fired up her live, I would have said, "Well, that's weird. Why would she have to go to somebody else's panel when she got her own? That's just common darn sense to me. To me, but I'm always the one that's wrong, so I'm fine with it. I'm good.
I was over here like, who's attacking my Creole butterfly now?
Yeah, they said, "Can you drop your membership, Charlie?"
Yeah, let me go over here to. I had to go over
People
here to.
realize I'm one of them straight shooters. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who it is. I'm for the right. So if something don't make sense, you could dislike a person. But if that person is right, I'm gonna tell you they right. I'm not gonna just dislike somebody because everybody else is disliking people. That's weird to me. Like I said, you either gonna like me or you're not. It's no in between. And I guess things only happen because I say it and people get pissed. I don't get it, because I felt like her coming after me the way that she did was not warranted unless she's been holding that in for a while and today was the day she wanted to let it out. Because a lot of times when people come after you really, really, like hard, it means they've been holding it for a minute. And so I'm glad she got it out. And I still don't have no problem with her. I ain't sub to her, so it don't matter to me.
That's true. Um, I will say that, like for me, I'm if I was the hood table and somebody was talking about me, and there was some situation that went on and it semi involved me, I'm gonna say something. That's like, you know, she was using something as an example. Hey, Big Rigs, and
Hey,
hey, Miss
Period.
Cheesy Matt. Um, but if that had been me, I would have did the same thing. I would have came over here, I would have popped up my live, and I would have said what I had to say and what was on my mind. And if somebody, had a question or questioned me, and I done said something somewhere else, but I didn't think people heard me, I'm gonna come over to my channel. I'm gonna make a short video or make a video to where if somebody asks me, I'm gonna go, "Well, I made a video yesterday."
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Cheesy Man, for becoming a member.
And I'm like, here's the thing though. You can't expect somebody not to bring up your name when you bring up everybody else's name. That's another thing. That's why I said that's weird because if your whole platform is you got people coming up and they talking about each other and blah 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 whatever had happened because like I said I'm not sub to her so I don't know what happened on that platform but I heard a lot of things went down like with Rick Reed and Miss T Velocity and all of that stuff. I heard all of that went down over there. Okay, like I said, I don't look at who I'm not sub to. I just don't. So I don't know what happened. So when I logged into and saw that my girl, the hood table, my second home, that she was on, I was like, well, let me see, what's going on with my boo. So that's why I came in and was like, huh? Because I've never known the hood table to be in nothing. Like myself, when people hear that Creole's name is in something, they like, huh? Because we don't do that. We have fun, we talk about things and go on. So for our names to be put into some, especially the hood table, it kind of shocked me. I'm like, what is going on? So I seen Jay Dunn up there, and I heard a little bit of what Jay Dunn was saying. That's why I said I just replay it. I just go back and be part of the replay game because I said that's kind of dumb to ask to the recap everything. So and it was towards the end. I think she was going to get out because she said I only want to be on here less than an hour, and I think I made it. And I said okay, I'll do replay. But that was it. It wasn't like, and so today when the person was saying something, I was like, that's kind of weird. Why would she have to go to Miss T Velocity's platform to say something? Why not bring up her own live? And I did see that person asked the Hood Table last night, why did you have to do a live about this or something? And Miss Hood Table, the Hood Table said, you don't understand why I'm doing the live? You don't understand what I'm trying to say? And I don't know what it was after that because, like I said, I went on and said, "Well, I'll look at it all tomorrow when I got time," and that was it. So I think she's still revved up from yesterday, and I get it. Emotions is high, but on the same token, you got to understand when a question is a question.
That's like jumping off the porch too soon, right? You jumping off the porch too soon, yet giving
Yeah,
somebody an opportunity. Like we're all adults and can have conversations, and basically, I can run it down for you because I was a part of it. Um,
and I'm gonna
but
support my hood table just like I'm gonna support you. I love the hood table. I
uh,
told y'all that's my second home. You my second sister from another mister. So, even though I support y'all, if y'all was wrong, y'all would respect me enough to say, you know what, y'all, that ain't kind of right. Because I would respect y'all to say this. I expect y'all to say the same thing to me. I can't but I guess a lot of people are not like it. But I support the hood table, and I didn't think she was wrong. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
y-
child. I'm sorry. I cut
uh,
you off. Let me sip my
oh no,
coffee.
you good, girl, you good. No, what had happened was, is that with that situation where they were talking about what happened with Rick Reed and Miss Tiva, right?
Right.
Okay, well, that situation was a lot worse than what went over there at Miss Hood Tables. When we
Uh-huh.
were over there at Hood Tables, and I'm not sure if you were there that night or not, it was me, Happy Life, Miss Tiva, and the Hood Table, right? And Miss Tiva was giving me, some advice about stuff. And the Hood Table didn't realize at the time when she brought up Jay Dunn, she didn't think about their beef, right?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Even I had to point it out to her. If you can hear it when she replayed it, I specifically said it. I said, "Oh," I was like, "The Hood Table. Don't you remember Jay Dunn and Miss Tiva got beef?" She's like, "Oh man," like she was like, "Oh crap, I forgot." You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because normally, and you know this as well as I do, if you've been over the Hood Table for a long time, if she knows two people have beef, if one person comes up first, she's gonna ask the person, "Hey, is it okay if they come up?"
Right. Right.
She didn't think about it, straight up brought her up, and then they got into a thing. I did try to go over to Miss Tiva's because I thought this situation, my heart of hearts, how, I am, I thought this situation could be worked out between the two. So I went over there and I said, "Miss Tiva, I really don't think," and the Hood Table did not tell me to do this. In fact, she got my butt about it. You know, I was like, I thought that I could be peacekeeper between the two because I didn't think it was that bad. I was like, Miss Tiva, I don't think that the Hood Table brought her up. I don't think she remembered y'all having a beef, and I think y'all could have a conversation and work this out because I didn't think that it was that she thought about it being as bad as it is, right? Like
Yeah.
I know for a fact those two do not like to be in the room together. They can't stand each other or whatnot. Which Jay Dunn will probably pop up here in about 5 seconds and tell me it ain't me. She's gonna cuss me out, but because I probably said something the wrong way. But um, basically, Miss Tiva does not like to be around Jay Dunn at all,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I know that for sure. But what it happens if you accidentally make a mistake and forget that two people don't really like each other? And that's the way I looked at it, was that she had a forget me not moment.
Yeah.
And I did try to help, but I was told to stay out of it. So that's what I did. I was like, I was trying to play peacekeeper, and Miss Tiva understood where I was coming from with my heart. I'm trying to, smooth something over between two people that I think don't need to be fighting. And I think what the Hood Table was doing yesterday, in my opinion, she's here. She can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she was only using YTC as an example, as like, well, you allowed this to go down, but what I did was so much worse when it was a accidental. I think that's what she was trying to do, was show the in her mind, and I'm not putting words in your mouth, but I think this is where it's coming from, the hypocrisy of it.
Okay. Okay.
I
Well,
believe. I could
it
be
just
wrong now. The Hood Table can't correct me. She's at work right now, she said. But
yeah.
if I'm wrong, she could correct me.
And it's just, I just want people to know, period. I don't have a problem with anybody on this apparatus. I don't care about it that much. In order to have a problem with somebody, I would really have to care. And I don't care about people like that. I really don't, unless you affect my life in some positive way. Anything negative, I overlook. So that's why I only support those that are a little bit like myself or have something to give me, like yourself, the Hood Table, things of that nature. So I don't take this stuff as serious as other people do. I really don't. So I hope, I try to tell YTC I don't have anything against her. She didn't want to hear that. So it is what it is. So I ain't kissing no butt. Either she accepted or she didn't, and that's it. So, I know probably for the next week or so my name will be Mud, and that's okay. That's fine.
Well, it's gonna we're gonna see as the day progresses if it's gonna progress any further. I truly think
Hey, Jill,
on
comfort zone, boo. I'm sorry, go ahead.
oh, you good girl. On two of the instances, I don't think it'll be too terrible. I think they'll just pretty much move on about their day, but we'll have to see what happens. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's all we can do, is see what happens. Um, I think that YTC is like amped up right now because she feels like people are coming at her, When I think she should take a step back from it, take a deep breath, and I don't think people really are coming at her, in my opinion.
Right.
Um, and I think she's just taken away because she feels like she's being attacked. And when you feel like you're being attacked, you're gonna, you know,
Yeah. Be on edge with everybody. Yep.
yeah. And I think that's what's going on in this situation. You know, and if YTC's in the clouds or she's somewhere and she sees this and she thinks I got it wrong, she can tell me I got it wrong in her eyes and what she's feeling. Um,
Yeah, that's what I was hoping to have with her was an adult conversation. I understood she was upset, she was frustrated. I get it, but she don't need to be frustrated with me because I haven't did anything. I just asked the question. That's it. I mean, I would rather for somebody to ask the question than to assume. But again, everybody's not me.
you just wanted to hear it from her what she's feeling because how do you know if you don't ask if you miss something, and it is easy in this sector to miss something, right?
Right.
so
Am I? Go ahead. Go ahead.
so like basically when you miss something, like you said you were going through your situation yesterday, asking the question, you're not wanting to make assumptions, you're wanting to see what their point of view is.
Right, because my her thing was, why did she have to start up a lab last night? Even other people was like they didn't think the hood table was doing it to be offensive, about to come at her. She was just trying to get her point out how she felt about whatever. And I was like, and that's my only comment. I was like, why would she have to go on somebody else's panel when she got a channel herself? That's weird. It's like, well, you did a whole lab just to say what you had to say. Why didn't you just go over there to somebody else where you had to question it, and couldn't you just go up on their panel and ask them? And I'm like, that's why. That's
But
and that's the only thing that didn't make sense to me. Why would it have been okay if she asked the same question basically on another content creators panel, but you don't want her to ask it on her own? Huh? It just, like I said, I've asked those deep questions, and maybe I shouldn't have, and I get it, but I'm a question person. If it just don't make sense to me, I ask questions.
and
So
see, I would rather have that. I would rather somebody come to me if they had a question, you know, and talk to me. But here's the thing, um, that I don't think YTC's thinking of right now. Maybe she'll think of this. The Hood Table and Miss Tiva are at odds. So why would she go ask Miss Tiva instead of letting herself put it on her platform and then Miss Tiva put out a response, right?
right, and
And
see, I didn't
and
even
that
know
way.
they was at odds. I didn't know that.
Oh, it's been like 2 months ago when that happened. The Hood Table just didn't talk about it. It's just
Okay,
this situation brought it up. And the thing is, that's where I think YTC's thinking that the Hood Table wants Tiva to curse her out and all this stuff. I don't think that's where the Hood Table was coming from. I think she was using it as an example,
yeah,
right? Like, well, you let this happen, but what I did was so bad. You
okay,
know what I'm saying? Like, as
yeah.
an example way. And I think YTC thinks that the Hood Table um, was basically throwing her under the bus.
Oh, okay. I get it now. Okay, okay, okay.
And I think
Wow.
that's where this kerfuffle's coming in at is it was just used as an example, but I believe that YTC's like, well, do you want her to attack me? What do you want to come from this situation? And I don't think the Hood Table wants anything to come from this situation. She was just saying what she thinks about the situation, what she
Right.
feels. Hey, Zara. Zara, how you doing, beautiful, this morning? Hey, Sophia. Dang, I said Sophia twice instead. But yeah, I think that's, in my opinion, where it's coming from. I think that YTC thinks that, you know, the Hood Table's wanting Miss Tiva to attack her, and I don't think that's where the Hood Table's coming from. I think she was just using an example to show something that she had been thinking and what had happened, and people, you know, did some people did notice the rift and some people didn't.
Okay.
They both said what they had to say and then just moved on. That was pretty much the way it was. Like,
Hey, Sarah.
well,
Yeah.
actually, the Hood Table never came out and spoke about it. She never came out and spoke
That's
about the
my boo right
situation.
there. I promise you. I like Miss T too, don't get me wrong, but the hood type, that's my boo. She reminds me so much of myself. It's like, say what you gotta say. Okay. And let's move on. All right. Yeah, okay. Next case. Let's go. Cause not my monkey, not my circus. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird to me. A lot of things is weird to me, but that's just me. I guess that's why people don't like me because I don't take I'd be like, all right, whatever.
Well, that's like I don't try to get in between, their their issues because they're saying a lot of us, like all of us content creators, we all share subscribers, right?
Right.
And a lot of subscribers can like two different people who may not like each other and try to
Right.
stay out of the mess. We try to stay out of it as much as possible. Now, we may need to know what situation's going down or may talk about it because some of us are content creators and we're going to talk about the content. That doesn't mean that we choose a side either way. You can
Right.
look at it as basically an outside perspective, and maybe that might give clarity to the people who are on the inside. Because when you're in the middle of a fight,
Mhm.
sometimes you don't think rationally, right? You're thinking with
Right.
emotion at that time. And maybe someone else's point of view. That's why I like watching others' point of views. Because what if let's say I was fighting with you, Creole, right? Let's say me and you was
Right.
in a kerfuffle. And
Mhm.
at the time, I was leading with emotion, but you didn't mean it the way I thought I heard it. And
Right.
somebody
Mhm.
else, let's say Miss Ray down there, right? Or Zara, or somebody saw it and they, like both of us, don't want to get in the middle of it, but their point of view may be able to help me have some understanding on the situation or use some understanding. And then we can actually come back together like two grown adults and have a conversation. With this situation, I believe that us talking about it in a way may or may not give perspective to the outside parties. And like you were asking that question, you were just trying to get an understanding so that you could say, well, now I know what's going on. I'm not lost.
Yeah. It's all good though, boo. It's all good. Cause to be honest, I really don't care. I promise you, I don't care about it at all. It is what it is. It was said. Things is that. It just yeah. I was just wanting the hood table to know that if I made it worse for her, I wasn't trying. I was just, I just asked the question. That was it. And she knows my heart to know I wasn't. She just said that. So I'm good with it. I'm good with it. These people
Well,
are too
I'm
won't
gonna
believe
have to go
me.
back and red ball that myself because obviously I didn't see it. But I wanted to hear from you because you were a party that were involved. What happened, right? I'd rather
Yeah.
not make assumptions. And see, you didn't curse me out for asking a question.
Okay. No, she just said I said the hood tape, I wasn't trying to make it worse. And she responded, she said, I know you weren't Creole butterfly. So I'm good with that. I'm good. I'm good with that. Cause she know I wasn't just asking the question. I wasn't trying. I was, if anything, I'm like, I try to have her back in it. Like, why would she have to go somebody else's live when she could start her own live? It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if you do, great, but it shouldn't be. It would be okay if you went to that live, and it's not okay that you started your own live. That's how I looked at it. Like, but wait a minute, that's what we do. When we got something to really say, we start our own stuff, and we say what we got to say, and we leave it there. But I guess this is the new whatever, the new sector and all this and stuff. And I'm just a subby in the sector. I'm not a content creator because my stuff ain't over here in the beefing sector. But I support who I support and I don't who I don't. And that's it. And I don't make no bones about it. I wish her the best. I hope her channel keeps growing. I don't have any ill will towards her at all. She may not like me, and that's fine. I'm okay. I'm still gonna live. It'll still be Thursday. You understand what I'm saying? So, it just is what it is. So, and I'm gonna go
Yeah.
ahead and drop down off of her, my sister, and finish listening to you. I don't want to take up your whole panel, but thank you for allowing me up to explain.
Thank you for also being my first guest on the new restream that I'm trying out so I can
Yay!
figure out how to use it correctly.
Okay. You like this better than StreamYard?
So far, yes.
Okay.
And if it continues, like the one yesterday, I didn't like it. It cut me off at the 2 hour mark, and it was okay. One thing I did like about it is like when the person comes up, you can hear them speak in the background.
Oh,
The one that I used yesterday. So I like that one, and it is fairly cheap. This one too is also not as expensive as StreamYard, but we're gonna see how it performs,
okay.
and that's what I'm being right now the experimental person for everybody, so I can be like,
Yes.
which one is the best, and can you get away with like using Restream for 2 weeks and then using StreamYard for the next 2 weeks and get away with using both of them for free. That's what I'm
Okay.
trying to do. I'm
Yeah,
trying to figure out how to help my peoples out, save
baby.
us some money.
StreamYard is getting more expensive and less functionable because they used to be on point, but now they have all type of crashes. They do. I mean, it's just not worth the money they trying to charge. It's just not to me.
It's $44 before tax.
I know.
That's
I know.
before tax, child.
It's
Oof.
weird. Yeah, now we're not doing that one. Okay. Anyway, bye bye.
Hey, thank you. So basically, see what had happened was, in retrospect, I believe that in this situation, with the parties involved and everything else, that y'all could all have a conversation, but that's just me. And I know with some people, it's always going to be up and stuck, and I can't change it. I can't be the peacekeeper like I want to be. But I will state this, I'll see what happens today, see what goes on. The Hood Table, are you going to do a live later on this, or are you just going to see what happens and just chill? Because, I don't know what's going to happen. I can't say nothing. I think that it's a whole kerfuffle and a whole misunderstanding. So I'm just going to see what happens for the rest of the day. I'm just reporting the news you can use in the beef sector and what's going on, because some people did miss the situation that happened between the Hood Table, YTC, and Miss Tiva and Mr. Rick Reed's involved. I'm involved with it, and the reason I'm involved is because I tried to play peacekeeper. Chad, I did. Um, but and Jay Dizzle's involved because Jay Dizzle was the person that the Hood Table brought up on the panel. So she said what she had to say yesterday on the Hood Table's platform, um, you know, and everything else. So if you haven't watched it, that's to give you a catch up to where you can watch and see what goes on. First, you'd have to go over to YTC's and watch Rick Reed when he's up on YTC's panel. Then you have to go over and watch Miss Tiva's response on Miss Tiva Lasti's channel. Then you have to go over and watch the Hood Table and whatnot. Child, the Hood Table, you start kerfuffles all over the place, child. No, I'm just messing with you. Um, but good, I had to tell you no, I had to let you know, child. Um, but you start kerfuffles all over the place. Your innocent self is starting all the kerfuffles now, child. No, I'm just kidding. You know me. But and then you have to watch Brianna Simone from this morning to see what happened with Creole Butterfly and YTC and what's going on over there. I have to go rewatch that because right now, as I'm giving you the news, I could be missing something that is being said over there. So I do have to go back and watch, and I may have to re report on this, or the Hood Table can re report on this later this afternoon or tomorrow morning. So we have to do a re report because there's some things I'm missing right now. I'm just saying. I'm missing some things right now. I don't know if Miss Tiva's going to do a live later. I don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, this story is evolving right now. The situation with Miss Tracy and Miss Ronnie IQ, as far as I know, it's not went anywhere. We'll have to see. The storyline between Bree and hey T Royal Gaming, there's a lot of flights. There's a lot of flights you got to catch all the tea. I'm telling you, T Royal Gaming, the flights are off the chain. You got to do layover here, and you got to go do a 3 hour layover here and a 2 one over here. Um, you know, on Just Krista's panel last night, Lemon was over there, and Bree was over there, and Miss Pretty Purple came up, and you know, there was a kerfuffle that happened between Bree and Miss Pretty Purple, and then they went over to Miss Intel's and continued it. And this morning, Bree talked about it again. So that was, I think that was a. This is gonna be a short kerfuffle between them because it was a misunderstanding, in my view. And I think that Miss Pretty Purple jumped off the porch too soon because Bree would have said that to even me if I came up with a blank screen. And, you know, I don't think she was intentionally calling you, Miss Pretty Purple, a pea bomber. She was saying that anybody could do it because they could have spoofed your account, pretended to be you, and then be that person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the hood table says the thing about it is I don't dislike any of the parties involved. I just stated my opinion. So she stated her, okay, even so, okay, boo. Um, so you know, she said, "Oh, you thought more about it, Demon so she gonna get that work." Oh, okay. Um, I'm giving the quick 411 rundown, T Royal Gaming. I'm giving the quick 411 rundown. I've already went over a lot of it this morning in the last hour about where some of the kerfuffles happened. Um, I don't, I haven't seen any more kerfuffles unless I'm missing something that I may or may not have missed. Ooh, I want me some meatballs. I want me a meatball sub right now, child. That sounds delicious. And your last day of class, whoop, 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 whoop. Y'all, we got to celebrate, say congratulations to the Miss O because she's fixing to finish her degree and graduate and finish her degree. So we got to say congratulations to the Miss O for that. Okay? But it's a lot of tea. Yeah, she started a T-roll game and she started cussing everybody out. I was trying to interject myself because I thought maybe if I explained it in a different way, but I couldn't get a word in edgewise, right? Because she was hot and heavy, and I couldn't. I tried to break between them. I tried to get them to both come. You know, I tried to get um, Miss Pretty Purple to take a deep breath so I could actually speak. And I was going to tell Miss Pretty Purple, I was like, you know, if I had been able to speak, what I wanted to say was, hey, you know, in this sector, people can spoof your account and pretend to be you and P bomb somebody in your name. We've seen this happen 101 times, you know. Uh, Demaso, Corio asked, is this your master's? Did you get your master's? Because she thought you already had your degree. Um, so maybe you can let Corio know, is it your master's or whatnot? I know she's fixing to graduate. That's what I know. I don't know to what degree, you know. Um, I just know that. Oh, you thought maybe for some reason you assumed she already had her bachelor's. She may already have her bachelor's. I don't know if this is a bachelor's, a master's, or you know, a doctorate or whatever it might be for her. She gonna have to tell us when she comes up in 15. She's curling her wig right now and making some meatballs, and maybe not at the exact same moment, but she's getting ready for her last day of class and eat her little something something, and she's gonna pop on the panel and let us know. Um, but I will say that I think the situation over there, I was wanting to say, you know, um, basically what I wanted to say was, I wanted to try to calm down because I knew that Bree didn't come at her in the fact she didn't go, "Hey, you're a pea bomber." You know what I'm saying? That's not where she was coming from. It was, "Hey, put up your banner. This could be." Don't risk your channel because that stuff can get a channel taken, right? So I believe that's where she was coming from, in my opinion, where Bree was coming from. I don't think she was trying to attack Miss Pretty. Purple in any way, shape, or form. I think that she was trying to do a warning for Just Krista because, you know, that can get anybody's channel taken. And how many times have we seen somebody come under somebody else's picture that we trust and it not be them? And then there goes our channel, right? So I think that's basically, in my opinion, where Bree was coming from. And Miss Pretty Purple, she was just ready to woo bang and fight, and she started like she was so on 10 that I started to get a headache and I had to drop down. Like I couldn't get a word in, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna drop. It's too loud in my headphones. I'm about to get a headache, and I don't need a headache. I've been sick, and here's the thing: I have a liver condition. I can't. Thank you for becoming a member, Miss Tiffany. We are gonna have a members only live soon. Speaking of which, I'm gonna drop the Discord that I made, and we're gonna go up there and watch movies, and we're going to have game nights together, and different fun little things. I've been talking about it. I got to get on the ball because y'all know I've been sick, so I got to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna also. I told Lemon if he ever needed help to teach Just Krista how to use banners and things because that is very imperative. That is very, very imperative in this sector is to learn how to use those banners because somebody could pretend to be me and pop up. You know what I'm saying? And there goes her channel because she trusted too much, So we're gonna have to help her out a little, teach her a few things. Y'all know I would do that for anybody in this sector. That's just the person I am. Thank y'all all for becoming members today. I got me some members, y'all. It's so awesome. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to do all my members only things. Today we got VS Icon, Miss Cheesy Mac, and Miss Tiffany. Thank y'all for becoming members. I had to go over there and look. I gotta say thank you. Let me go back over here. Hey, Miss Z, sir. Welcome back. Welcome back. There's a lot going on, isn't it? It was crazy. It was a crazy T-Roll gaming. It was so much. So much. The hood table it was on Brianna Simone. Brianna Simone, it was on her live from this morning. I think I got the notification. Uh let me make sure. Let me put up my banner, y'all. Look at me. I'm using my banner. Let me make sure this is Creole Butterfly again, y'all. Let me add him to the stage. Is that you, Creole, again, beautiful?
It's me, boo.
Okay.
Do you mind if I make a announcement real quick before I leave?
Oh no, you go ahead, girl.
Okay. Okay, y'all. So, every time I try to do a little challenge or whatever, I've had two things to come up. One was a death in my family, which, death is unexpected. And then my sons got into an accident the last time. So I'm hoping nothing happens this time. However, y'all, I am doing Darker Than a Snicker challenge. Is for women who are brown to dark skin. I want to shed us out. I want to share us out. I want to put us on a pedestal because a lot of times people think that dark skinned women are not beautiful, and we are, okay, i.e., me, we are. So I want to do Darker Than the Snicker challenge. And this is for anybody who is, like I said, medium complexion to dark skin that really want to get in here and show their talents. We have some judges that's going to, and I believe Mother has signed on to be one of my judges. I want the Miss O to be my host and everything. And so there is some prizes that can be won. We just want you to come on, show your complexion, and there'll be a question that each judge will ask you and everything. And we're just going to go from there because I feel like it's time. And it's been time for us to make sure that we are appreciated. This is not against my light-skinned sisters at all. not at all. But I want to empower us dark skinned women even the more. Like I told you, I have never had a self esteem issue at all. And I'm the darkest one in just about in my household and my family. So that's what I want to do. That's my next challenge. It's going to be in December. It's going to be on a Saturday. You Hopefully a flyer come out soon. I got to talk to my sister about that, but hopefully a flyer come out soon. So I hope y'all be there. I hope y'all sign up for that. I don't care if you got acne, you don't got acne. I don't care. I just want you to not be afraid to show yourself, to show your face, to show who you are. Okay, because we just wanna acknowledge our beautiful people. And so, like I said, we're not judging off of your skin or your color or nothing like that. What you're going to be judged off of is some questions. Each judge will be able to ask you a question, and that's what it is. But you have to be medium to dark to even be in it. So that's what I want to say. Thank you, Charlie.
You welcome, girl. And I think that's amazing to uplift our. Because I'm gonna say this, I love a beautiful dark skin person. Let me tell you why. Y'all can put on colors. Like I love the makeup aspect of it. That'll pop on your skin. That will not
Yeah.
pop on mine, and it looks so good. And I'm like, look at that yellow looking good. Because if I put it yellow on me, that ain't gonna look right.
Oh wow.
You
Yeah,
know I ain't wrong though. That yellow ain't gonna look right on a
I
light
heard
bright.
you. You are silly girl. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think all challenges have been great. But this is near and dear to my heart because, especially when you hear some celebrity people, what's her name? Napinga. She's real, real dark and she's beautiful. But I heard a basketball player say that he wouldn't date her because she's too dark, and stuff like that. And it's a whole lot of people that deal with their complexion issues, and I'm hoping we can kill that demon. I'm hoping we can kill it because, honey, we are the cream of the crop. Do you hear me? So that's what I'm looking forward to. Let's shine, especially we going into 2025. We don't know what that holds, baby. Let's shine. Let's take the thing by storm. So
Let's show
that's
off
all I
all the
wanted to
beautiful
say.
beauties. Beautiful beauties. That's what they're gonna be called to me.
Thank you. So yeah, Lapita, that's it. Thank you, Curio. Lapita, that's her name. I think she is so beautiful. I really do. Who else? It's a dark skinned model. She's real dark, but her cheekbones is phenomenal. I'm like, oh my goodness, look at her cheekbones. And it
Have
just
you?
brings her complexion and her skin is so smooth. It just brings her complexion out so beautiful. And so I just feel like I don't think nothing's wrong with me, honey. I don't think it gets no better than me, and that's just how I feel about myself. And I feel like everybody need to feel it about themselves. I don't think it
There's
gets
a
no better than me. I don't care if you highly berries. I don't care nothing about all that. When I show up, the party begins. So and I want my other chocolate sisters to feel the same way. When they show up, the party begins. So yeah, let's do this thing.
one of my favorite beauty gurus. She does a thing called the darkest shade. Her name is Nima.
Okay.
Not, she is so gorgeous. Like her skin just glows. I think it's a Nima Tang or Nama Tang. I'll share her out on my wall.
Okay.
She is so beautiful, and I love her personality. And she does the prettiest makeup, Chad.
Okay, awesome. I thought Miss Theo was still in here. That's why I wanted to say that out loud because I want her to be my host. Okay.
She's in here. She says, she's curling her wig and she's making her
Oh,
meatballs, and she gonna pop up here. She said here in a couple minutes, but she's getting ready for her last day of class. So
okay. Congratulations. Yes. Grace Jones. Yes, that's another one. Absolutely. You know her. You know who her brother is? Do you know Zara who her brother is? I'm gonna give you a minute to type and see if you know who her brother is. Okay, I can't wait. Noah Jones, the Bishop Noah Jones is her twin brother.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and share her out. I got I watch her so much that it wasn't hard to find her channel.
Okay. And see, I'm a person, I don't wear makeup. I'm a dark skinned person, I don't wear makeup. If I do, it's like a little eyeshadow and maybe eyeliner. But as far as like foundation and all that, I don't wear it. One, my family was like, no, your skin is too no, don't put no makeup on it. And my husband was like, no, baby, you don't need it. So I never just got Excuse me, I never got into found. I don't know who does. I'm just saying I wish I could play in it because I don't. But I do put a little eyeliner on, a little eyeshadow, and maybe lip gloss, and that's it. And that's that
Well,
time.
she does a series called The Darkest Shades. I've watched it. There's another YouTuber I watch that does The Lightest Shade, right? Because
Hmm.
here's one thing we have in common from makeup. People who are like really light bright like me, that's like Casper the Friendly Ghost. We
Girl,
also have trouble sometimes finding shades for our light bright tails too, because it'll make our skin look orange and all kind of stuff.
that's what my sister said. One of my sisters, she's about your complexion, and she said, "Oh, why come I couldn't take on Daddy's color?" It's so funny. She said, "Cause I bet I'll be able to find anything." She said, "I can't find nothing to cover up my skin," so she don't wear it either. She don't wear it either. I told you I got sisters that look like Mariah Carey, blonde hair, blonde eyes. Those are my biological sisters.
I
So,
have a sister that people don't think's my sister because she's caramel complected. She's
really,
half white and she's half Mexican, but she takes more after the Mexican side, so she's darker. A lot
yeah.
of people think she's half white and half black.
Oh,
A
okay.
lot of people think that. And when we're in the store together and we're playing around, they don't think that's my real sister. I'm like, no, this is my real blood sister.
Okay.
She got
And one
the boing boing curls, like her hair just lays in like curls. She's always had to use like different products than I use because she's got different hair type. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, okay. Well, thank you for letting me back up. I wanted to say that and get that out there. And y'all be looking for the flyers soon, okay? Thank you so much, sister from another mister. I'm gone.
Mwah. Loves you, bye.
Bye.
I do think that's an amazing thing, though, to uplift our beautiful brown and our darker skinned beautiful women that we have. Our melanation is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And I would love to see people uplifted. Y'all know me. I love seeing everybody uplifted. Boy, child, if I can make the world a brighter day and a happy day, I would do it. I love just making people happy. That's just me. You know. But yeah, Nima Tang. If y'all haven't watched her, I love her personality, and she's amazing. And she does some of the prettiest makeup. Um, but also, she talks about how hard it is for our darker skinned, beautiful women to find foundation shades and to find, concealers and stuff like this that actually fit for the darker complexions, right? She talks about the struggle and how hard it is. You know what I'm saying? To find that because a lot of these companies they stick with like the center things, right? They stick, like for at one time, I don't know if y'all know this, it was so hard to find a porcelain. Um, for me, myself, and I was talking about myself, it was hard to find a porcelain that actually matched me because I've always had to mix my own, right? I've always had to take like three or four different shades and mix one. So it's always been hard to find when you're, even on the lighter spectrum. There's another person I watch that does the lightest shade for us porcelain people, us clear folk. Um, but and so that's how I got to find her channel. And I was like, I really love her personality. I love how her skin is just so gorgeous. It just glows. I'm like, child, you don't even need, in my opinion, you don't even need face makeup. Your face looks gorgeous, child. You don't even need it. What's eye man? I might have to look that up, Z Sarah. I ain't never heard of eye man, I don't think. What's that? Eye man? I might have to look that up, child. I can get it off of eBay, I think. I don't know. That's the first time I've ever heard of that. I'm gonna have to look that up. I do have it saved up in my thing and whatnot. Yeah. So James, you took more from your biological father. Yeah. On your. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about us and all of us. Like, you never know what people are mixed with nowadays, right? Because we can come out any shade of the rainbow. You know what I mean? So, like, I have. all different colors of the rainbow, even in my family. And like from the darkest shade to the lightest shade. You know, Imani Bowie, Iman Bowie, I think that's how you say it. It's really good. Z Sarah says it's really good for darker skin folks. So anybody out there, um, I'm sitting here. I'm gonna find their website and see if I can find it. Now it says HSN sells it, Amazon sells it, um, Macy's keeps it. So yeah, probably a lot of people can find it around them. It's IMAN. And they make different shades or whatnot. That's what she says. I don't know. I do know that when Fenty came out with the in America, Fenty's great. Z Sarah, Fenty came out with a lot more shades, and to the point they actually collaborated. Speaking of which, Korea, with the lady that I just shared, Miss Namatang, they actually collaborated with her to help find the darkest shade. That's what a lot of people don't know. She actually has collaborated with a lot of brands to help them find the darker shade, right? Because there's like, you got to think not just shade, you got to think of undertone, right? So, somewhat, there could be, 40 different shades within the dark shade of undertones, right? You got yellow undertones, you got red undertones, you got, all different kinds. So, you got to just look at that as a whole. Oh, so your niece is that's what she uses, and she's a model, and she's a darker skinned. That I do not know, Corio. You'll have to ask Z Sarah. I do know that Fenty did an amazing job with their line. I do know that it's something that my beautiful melanated sisters have to deal with when you're on the darker shade, is trying to find shades for you, and it's really sad in my opinion. And I wish the world wasn't like that, but the makeup world specifically is very crazy. And I wish that I could change that. You know me. Oh, she was married to David Bowie. That makes sense why she got that last name. I've never heard of that person before, so I'm gonna have to look him up. Oh no, she was a supermodel, wasn't she? I think I've seen her before. I think she was a supermodel, if I'm not mistaken. Imani, yeah, I said it wrong, child. I said it wrong. Child, y'all gonna have to beat me up for mis butchering names over here. I'm butchering names. Y'all know I'm bad about that stuff. I'm bad about accidentally butchering names. Like I'm the worst at that. Yeah, Corio said that that makeup's been around for a long time. I just obviously never used it. There's a reason why. I mean, oh yeah. Corio just said Z Sarah that Aman makeup Amani it makeup is in America, and I'm butchering the crap out of that name. I'm gonna need somebody to come up here and spank me and get me together and let me say it right. Cause child, I know I'm saying it wrong, and I hate mispronouncing words. But y'all, I do it all the time. Y'all, I think the missile left us, child. I think she left us. I did have some cases, speaking of which, brought up for True Crime Thursday. I know today was supposed to be True Crime Thursday, but we've had a lot going on. Um, there is some new cases coming out. There's this one I am going to go over. I'll probably take care of it tomorrow if nothing goes on. Um, there's this guy called Brian Coburg. He's charged in the slayings of four Idaho college students. Um, and there's a lot to go in that. His trials actually started. Then we also have I gotta make sure we also have the uh, LA, or I think that's Louisiana, versus McKinney. It's in Louisiana. McKinley. It's about, um, it's called the Body Dumped Murder Trial, and it's 1 day ago started live. A Marion woman was kidnapped and fatal torture. Um, Melody Hoffman is the victim's name, and she was 20 years old from Marion. And then we have another one out of Georgia, and it's Georgia versus Jose Ibarra. So I'm going to go over those tomorrow. I have a lot of the information pulled up for that. So we are going to go over that tomorrow. I'm probably, I usually do true crime on Thursday, but some stuff had happened. So we've been talking about it. And so, yeah, I'm probably going to go over that, tomorrow and whatnot, and go through that if nothing else crazy goes on. Hey, 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 the queen before you reacts. Hey, beautiful. But yeah, so that's some cases that I'm looking into right now for our true crime section that we'd be going over. I'm going to make sure I copy all of those links into a thing so when I do come back to it, I have it. We are going to go over that and everything. Um, but so that's part of some of the things that I do have brought up that we're going to be starting for our true crime section. Uh, I did yesterday go through and try to find some new trials because we don't went through some of the others. And when the sentencing is handed down for Leilani Simon, for Sarah Boone, and when we find out, if we find out within the next, whenever we find out, if I'm still content creating, which I plan to be, hopefully, um, with what happens with the Mendez brothers. I'm going to make sure I come back and bring back the sentencings for those for y'all so y'all know what happens in the long run. And the one where the lady threw her husband in a burn pile. We're going to go back when the sentencings had handed down for those. Now, all three of the ladies have been found guilty, but we do not know what their sentencing is yet, what they've been sentenced to in jail or prison. When that comes back, I will make sure that I update y'all on that. Now, with this situation today, I will say that I am going to go back and watch Brianna Simone's live uh, about what happened with the Pretty Purple Girl, with what happened with Creole this morning over there, what happened with YTC, what's going on over there. Um, I have no idea what their feelings are on the situations, what they spoke about over there because I was live, so I didn't get to see it myself, right? And before I report the news to you on those things, I like to see it myself. And that way I can come back and try to give an unbiased, you know, as much as unbiased as I could possibly be. Sometimes, if I do know the parties involved, like I'll try to speak in a way that it's not biased to either party. Like I do know the Hood Table. I do know Miss Tiva. I do like, a lot of people. I know YTC, right? So I'm not trying to put words in either of their mouths, none of their mouths. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that I report what they're feeling and what they're saying, not what can come from me, right? I want to report what they think, they say, they feel. You get what I mean? Like, I don't want it to come from a biased place at all because this is the news you can use. And as a news reporter, we're supposed to be unbiased. So I like to report the sector news in a way that's unbiased as possible. Even if it's against someone I like, I'm still going to try to keep it unbiased and, try to tell you what's going on. Um, but that's the situation. Now, even so, are you still here, beautiful? You going to come up and tell us? What do you think? Because you said it's up and stuck between you and Pretty Purple, or something's going on there, and you think she deserved to smoke, child. I need to know. I'm on a need to know basis. Um, but I do want to try something right quick. Not going to go over it. I just want to see if this works. Um, I'm gonna try the screen share feature, right? And I'm gonna see if it shows a good picture and see how it works. Oh, okay, so y'all can see y'all can see things um, pretty well. You know what I'm saying? It looks pretty good by what I'm seeing. This is what the screen share feature looks like over here. Oh, we got a guess. Let me put on the banner, y'all. Let me put on the banner. Is that you, D Missile?
Uh-huh.
Hey, girl, hi. I had to
Hey,
make sure first, you know.
I like this one better already.
Yeah, it's actually pretty easy to use too. The interface is.
How many hours did you get on this one?
Well, so far it ain't told me it was gonna cut me off after 2 hours.
Oh, and it's free?
Right now it's free. Yes. I don't know how much you can record yet. I just have to keep playing with it and see. Um, but so far it's doing really well. It's performing very well, and the designs for the background is really cool. The ones that they have,
How many
like,
people can you have up?
um, I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna have to look that up. Um, it's showing one, two, three, four, five, six, but it may be more than that. It's just showing six on like one of the.
Honestly, that's really the limits are really better because really you can't hear with more than six motherfuckers on no panel.
But you
Unless
can
it's a
change.
competition or something. That's the only reason I would think that you would even need it's a content creator I follow in the reality TV that has the large between your but keep and will rotate more than six people up because it get the conversations and opinions just get lost.
The
Um,
backgrounds that they have
yeah,
are
those are
really
pretty
cool,
background.
and they move and everything. These are just the free ones they give you.
Oh wow.
Like,
Can
yeah.
you bring
So
your own
I mean,
background and can you bring your own banner in for free?
now not for free. You would have to for that one upgrade. But
Oh,
the
okay.
banners that they do have, the ones that I see, the backgrounds that they have, are
Mm-hmm.
really nice.
Oh, okay.
Like, they're really pretty and stuff. The one I've been using because I like it, it's the one with the flowers. They look all neon and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you can even do like overlays, and you can add overlays if you upgrade, and you can put your own logo on stuff. It's fairly easy. I'd have to show y'all one day, either, like, like I said, I was going to do my members only uh, thing. When I go into Discord one day, I'll show people how to set up the scenes and stuff. I'll do a private setting to show people how to use it correctly.
Right. Okay. But yeah, I just came up to talk about that from yesterday because like I went back and thought about it, but I was like, I took it easy on her because I did know about her mother because she likes Nina a lot, right? So I was trying to be nice to her because of that. But when I was up there trying to help her and trying to get her to talk, I was the one that got just Krista. Can you hear me?
I can hear you
Oh,
beautiful.
okay. I was the one who got just Krista to stay. Just Krista wanted to go to Big Red and support him after Lemon's Live. She was high on her baby being over there, alive when successful. And she was ready to go, but I was just like, I don't like this. Y'all need to talk. And she's like, Creole. I mean, she was like, pretty purple. Do you want to come up? Because they go way back, like Blab Days. They go back like almost 20 years, 2004, some shit like that. So I was like, no, I don't like this because I know what she's trying to say. I knew what she was saying. And so when she dropped down and left that paragraph to Krista, but did not come up after everybody left the chat or whatever. And I stayed over there, and I wish I would have screenshotted, but all I gotta do is go replay the chat. That's why I went and got Krista yesterday over at Big Rig, because I'm like, nah, this bitch over here on one. She ain't finna call me no liar. Because you over here talking about you ain't mad at Krista. You was a motherfucking lie. You wouldn't even come up at the end. You dropped down and told her she was a clout chasing bitch. It's on her chat. And what it was is you mad because you used to her little quaint lives. And when the big content creators come over, you felt like you wasn't treated like you normally are, that they got bring numbers and you're not ready to share that. And that's part of a growing process where you get with somebody in the beginning, when they start getting on or networking, especially if y'all real friends and go back, it never works. Trust me. And it's like that bug gets them and they turn into something else. I didn't have the desire for a channel like that, so the bug really didn't hit me like that. But when they do that, it can cause conflicts. I've never seen it work out with a content creator as your friend and you're not a content creator. So her as a growing channel, and you got mad because Krista won't check things. You want her to cuss people out that you ain't said nothing to until yesterday. But it don't work like that because Lemon knows what he doing. Lemon knows who calling him names. Lemon knows who calls him gay. Lemon and Brianna don't fault. Like for you to remind them, like you was telling Krista, that she be talking about y'all, they making comments about y'all, shady comments. They know that. That's part of the show. And when you're when you're a subscriber, it never works to be close to a content creator when you're not part of the program. Even if you maybe even like I think I had it a little different because I was a super subby, so I kind of understood it. But even the dynamics of my relationships changed when they became a content creator because especially if they got that bug and it hits them and it changes them. Right. And I'm not gonna say that for Krista because BBW always been with the shits. Like, and she should know that more than anybody. And I feel like it's been the long-term support of hers. Me and Nina the ones who always give it the silent wink. When we go bang for, we know what's up, right? And she know that we not buying into this like as far as full thing, but she knows we support her. You can do that, but I don't get bothered by the shit they do with each other because it's part of the program. Just Krista, I done call her and things too as far as it's part of her program. I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And I think she's taking it like, oh, they're hurting my friend and she won't say nothing, and clout is more important than her day ones. I knew what it was about. She kept monkey footing, trying to cuss me out, attack me, and everything, and we get right back at the same thing because at the end of the thing, when Krista asked her, was they okay, after she cussed me out about saying that she loved her friend, she ain't never been mad at her friend. She told her, nah, we not okay. It's up and stuck. Finally, after another hour of coddling and bullshit, she says, I love you too, whatever. But then when you give her the out because of her mother, then she started lashing out at Pizarro. And I said, the reason why the Pizarro mentioned this bitch is because the reason why you ain't got virtually dog walked by us up here is on the strength of your mama's passing. So that's why she mentioned it. Because you ain't finna make us like no punks. That's why she mentioned it. And you too slow to accept the grief and the past. So now I'm gonna treat you like anybody else because everybody on that panel last night has had a loss this year. Everyone, and it's none of y'all business. Everyone on there has had a loss this year. You ain't exempt, bitch. And you get up there and you be disrespectful and nasty, and you denying drinking and you denying grief. Well, we gave you all your outs, so now you tell me you have no outs. So I'm gonna treat you like you don't have one. That's all.
Woo, child. I'm gonna pull a Miss Paulette. Yeah, I heard actually where Miss Bizarro, and I heard the part where you were talking to her and just Chris, and I was like, all of a sudden she went from being mad at Bree to just Kristen. I was like, huh? Like just Kristen didn't even know how to use the banner.
And she wasn't clearing the motherfuck thing. People was giving her passes because of her death. She wasn't clearing shit, but that's okay. I got something for her.
Ooh, yeah. I waited on you to go live yesterday
Cause I
too,
don't
but
never like nobody think they done got the best of me and folks giving them goddamn charity. Fuck that. She wasn't clearing. Everybody giving her credit for clearing us. Now we was like having mercy on that damn morning ass bitch. But I don't today. Cause she didn't want to accept it, the past. So I'ma treat her like she don't have one.
well, I will say, in my opinion, she jumped off that porch entirely too soon because Bree would have did the same thing and said the same thing, even if it was me that came up there or you that came up there with a black screen and didn't say anything. Because how many of us have been p-bombed by people that
Right.
we thought we knew? You saw me put up the banner even for you. I put up the banner just most of the time for everything's on this one. It doesn't show me how to, or I haven't figured out how to authenticate someone. So I ain't trusting nothing. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
she got all crazy. I'm like, nobody said you were a P bomber. It's the fact that even if they could come up with your name, anybody could have came up with. Just Krista don't know how to authenticate people. Hey, Miss Muffy, that could have happened with
Girl, she been
anybody.
on all these people's platforms long enough to know we done went through this stuff at nauseum. We done went through the questioning people, questioning known people, oh, making sure it was you, because I ain't hear nothing, bitch. We done been through that. She done seen that. She just wanted to do something. And so that's what I'm going to go as. Because they was giving her all kinds of outs. And then when she said she understood it, we had to keep walking it back over and over and over again. So you don't understand it. You don't have to agree with something to understand it and move on. Like that should have been that it went on so long. All of us up there. Oh, is my connection lost? I can't.
It
Okay.
went a little wonky there for a minute.
Yeah, I think the connection. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. But anybody up there could clear her ass by themselves. So come on. It was Grace and Mercy, and it was Nina for me. But now I don't care because no, baby. Mm-mm, no.
I think that shouldn't have went half as far as it did. That
Mm-mm.
was a simple misunderstanding that should not even went to a different panel,
People told
and
me
it
my
jumped
grief
from
ain't an
three
excuse
different
to crash
panels.
out, so she don't get no crash out excuse.
To me, like, okay, here's the thing. That she shouldn't have gotten that in vitriol over somebody saying, be careful, that could be a P bomber. That was, you jumped out, and then instead of it ending right then and there and letting Bree and other people tell her what they meant by it, it went to another panel, and it's even talked about this morning when it wasn't even, in my opinion, that serious to be that much of a issue, right? It shouldn't be that much of an issue. If somebody's saying that's going to be an issue for you, maybe you need to take a step back from the beef sector for a minute. I'm just saying, maybe
Right.
she
See, I
needs to
had to
take a
take a
step back.
break. Maybe she needed to take a break. And she didn't like her. And when she brought up her tragedy in the most respectful way, then she went ape shit. Like she only, and you can tell she clout chaser herself because you cussing these people out, then you apologizing to them. Then when they don't apologize, when they apologize, you don't, they didn't accept your apology because it sounds like bullshit and you got a problem.
I think that in my situation, it really was a little too much vitriol for that kind of situation. Way too, like you were way too aggressive for that kind of situation. I would have been totally way more understanding myself because I know what this sector gives. Everybody knows here about the P bombing and people using other people's, pictures and names. We all know that. Don't trust it if you see me come up that it's automatically me. It could be somebody else trying to be me to get you. Ask if it's me, and I go. That's why a lot of us, when we pop somebody, we ask them to speak, right? That way we know. That's why we use banners. How many people have almost lost their channel in this year alone, in the last two
Right.
months? Yes, Corio, it went from JC's panel to Pizza's panel to Bree's panel this morning. It was talked about again, and I'm pretty sure it's probably going to go on some more today sometime. hmm
You know Pizarro gonna redo cover it because since it was her channel last night.
Oh, you know she is, and you can't blame her for doing it because content is content.
Y'all said the streets was dry, and they acting a fool today. So the Miss T drama the little bit I was able to go be nosy in while I was in the curling my wig, child, the Miss T drama got layers. Is more people done came out, child. We about to buckle in the seatbelt and find out some behind the scenes goings on today. I got a feeling.
Ooh, child. See, I missed Breeze this morning. I gotta go back
He's
and
still
rewatch
alive over there,
her.
child. I'm gonna have to watch it because there was a lot going on from what I gathered. I got because I went because when Creole Butterfly said that, I was like, oh wait a minute, they must be over there live because you said she got into it with her. So I went to hear that part and I heard that part, and then it was other stuff. Now Demetri was just up there too talking about the Miss T stuff again, and Reed came up and everything. So yeah, I think this is gonna like travel throughout the day.
Oh yeah. Miss Creole came up. She's doing this contest where she's uplifting our darker beauties, mid to dark range, and she wants you to be a co-host for it.
Oh yeah, she had said something to me in the chat the other day about she has an idea for a competition, something like. But she didn't really go in depth, and I told her, okay, just let me know.
Sorry about that. My dad had came in. Yeah, he came in talking to me about something. But no, yeah, the situation I think with Miss Stevens stuff and the hood table and YTC is going to unfold and be more, in my opinion, than really what it should be. It's going to get more crazy. You know what I'm saying? But
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
But I think, yeah, but that Miss T situation with the YTC is just another side part. Evidently, the real stuff is some other things. That was just
Ooh.
something that I think because Hood Table did that live, the only reason that got part of it, and Rick, and then because of Rick post, we really got to find out what's behind Rick's energy, and everybody got to find that out. And what's the history? And there's a lot of different players with that. They named T Lounge, and it's a couple people that's in that. So I think those are separate things. We dealing with like compartmentalized stuff, and I think that was just a little buffer or a little just something onto the little side with the YCC. It's not really the biggest thing. I think that needs to be squashed and moved on. I think the real story is what even made the post and made him go off in the first place.
Yeah, because I didn't understand. I would love to hear Mr. Rick's point of view and hear why did it even start in the first place. That's the part that I didn't understand.
Right.
Hey, Q, I love. So I'm gonna have to go rewatch. I'm gonna have to go watch Bree. In fact, when I end in a minute, I'm gonna share Bree's live, and I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna have to red ball. I'm gonna have to catch her entire replay because by what you're telling me, a lot has done went down on her channel.
Right. She replayed the thing from with Pretty Purple Rain, and then I think then somebody came up and because I was trying to go back to Creole's part, and then that's when the other Miss T stuff came, and Demetria was just clearing the room. When I came back, Demetria had just got down. She said she finna go call some authorities on the two sisters because they crooks. Child. Demetria crazy.
Demetra was killing me about her tooth fun.
Demetria said she's gonna go with her channel and she is gonna get ready to call the authorities on Miss T and her sister because they out here committing crime. I said, bitch, this about to be a long day.
Well, I will say that Brianna did end. So, but I am going to share that out for people to go catch our replay. And Creole right now is live about the updates of the challenge that she's talking about doing.
Oh, okay.
But I do have to go check, you know, what's going on with that because I missed the whole live. Obviously, I was live while she was live. I only caught like the first.
Yeah, I was over here mainly, so yeah, I'm gonna have to go back. I just when Creole said what she said just sparked my interest, and like I said, I didn't even know she had went live. I went over there to just see, and I just kind of like went through, and then I got to the current part with Demetria while I was finishing up, and I was just like, bitch. And then and then I scanned the little red ball scene read, so I have to go back and listen to the dialogue. I just know it was kind of in depth.
I know it was 2 hours and 49 minutes long, so that's
Right.
good.
And I
That's
think
going.
Pretty Purple Rain situation took the first hour almost, looked like, because they did the restreaming and then comments.
Yeah, I would say. Let me see. Let me start getting to where I can. I would say start at the 1 hour and 14. It's about 14 minutes and 51 second mark, almost 1 hour and 15, because that's when
Oh,
I see
okay.
YTC come up,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and then it goes on from there.
And then
Um,
Creole after that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so it goes on from there. So I would say
It
about
would
the
be
one
good if
hour.
we could get. I know it ain't gonna happen, but it would be good if we could get YTC, Hood Table, and T Velocity on a panel.
That's what I was saying earlier, Dina. So I wish I could get all three of them on a panel at one time.
But YTC really don't have nothing to do with it. I think once she understands that, that'll work it out. Because really the issues with Miss Creole, I mean with T Velocity and the Hood Table. So I think it could be a part of it with them three. And then she could get down and create, so they were actually cool for real, for real. They could have a conversation. Miss T and Hood Table. Because see, Miss T declared that she was done with her and stopped supporting her before the YTC incident. She only brought up the YTC incident because she felt like that was hypocritical of Miss T Velocity, not YTC. She didn't make no judgment on YTC's handling of letting Rick. I think YTC probably felt like she was trying to say she let Rick disrespect her because the reason why I say that because she went and private the video. So I think the focus on how bad he talked about her, because sometimes the content creator, when you in the moment and everybody else hear how severe it is, you so used to the chaos and severity until you like get to hear it back. You like, well, goddamn, I like her. Maybe I don't want that up. So the fact that it's private now makes me think it's something about the way people have said things about how she was talked to over there. But Miss T said she was good with it, which that's what made Hood Table upset because Miss T told her get money. And Hood Table feel like, well, we go back and we all was over here in the trenches together, and you don't want me to get money over something way less. I think that's the point.
That's what I was trying to say. I think YTC needs to take a step back and take a deep breath because I don't think anybody was attacking her. I think that she was using YTC as an example. Now, she may not like the fact that it's an example, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
and
it
I get that.
happened.
I get that's a recurring thing. She doesn't like to be talked about or made the example. So
And I think that, in in the Hood Table's point of view, she was using it as showing as, well, this is hypocrisy because all I did was let Jay Dunn on the panel, not remembering y'all had a beef, but you
right.
don't want nothing to do with me, but yet you're cool with this situation and it's way worse.
But I think her table handled it good. That's why she, kind of told you like, nah, I don't want you to talk to her because she come from the type of stock which I need to be more like and stay fervent that nah, you already made a bullshit call with me. That shit was foul. You said the door was closed. Okay, but I'm gonna still bring it up. But nah, we good because it's so easy for you to dismiss me. And if it's important to you to be liked by somebody who running the streets more so than me, then I don't need you to be my friend anyway because I'm good on that. I'm a grown ass woman, a certain age. I'm busy. I got things going on. My platform don't even align with the bullshit. So I'm pretty much good because once you let me know that it was so easy to drop me over somebody else's shit that they ain't even have nothing to do with me, they ain't even disrespect you. And then the fact that you told somebody else who you ain't got history with to get money, I'm good on you. So I get Hood Table. Like I totally get it.
Yeah, like I that's what I was trying to make the point this morning because I was in the situation in a way. I was trying to play keeper, and I did say it multiple times. The Hood Table did not tell me to go up there. In fact, she would have jumped my butt if she knew I was doing
Oh yeah, it
it.
was clear. We could tell from the personality that it was that you wanted to make peace and that Hood Table wouldn't send you. I don't think nobody would ever think that. But yeah, I'm glad you clarified. But yeah, I think you was good on that because your heart was in the right place because y'all was all a little crew over there. But she didn't value that, and sometimes that's what I had to learn. That's why I'm a lot better place now with this, and I'm doing better because when people don't value you and they don't have a soft spot you're never going to win and it's never going to feel fair. And when people say something like that, you see where their priority is like get money. I want to you have a channel where you act like you anti the establishment, anti the cliques and all of this, but not really because as usual, when somebody's high in ratings or everybody seems to like them, if you cater how you respond to them or you let them get away with things that you people who you like, oh no, that's my girl. And I kind of get Miss T a little bit. Here's how. Because I do that, but it's not fair. Because I'll hold different expectations. Like I might be like, well, Nina, you're my girl. Like, you can't do everything these people in the streets do. We know all these bitches get along and go on. We know all these bitches like each other one day and say, hey girl. But me and you come, we got to understand it. So I would think that you wouldn't fuck with my ops. But that's not fair because in the beef sector, that's the thing. And it really shouldn't be a problem with two CCs in the beef sector. Usually that would be a pretty purple rain and a Krista thing. A subby that don't understand the dynamics in politics, right? And don't like the way they friend moving, but try to deflect on other people. Catch. But with this, they both in the same sector. And I just think Miss T is getting a turn. Let me just be all the way honest. She's getting a turn and she don't like it. And I don't care who don't want to be mentioned. You're gonna be mentioned, especially if you cover everybody in the B sector. It just ain't gonna work like that. And I think that Miss T wants to be. Y'all know my favorite saying: the sugar without the shit of it all. And right now, you getting the shit. So that's it is what it is. Now I ain't saying don't fight and don't like defend yourself, but you cannot keep exempting this and just come over there and wag your finger and judge all of us and make all of your opinions and think that you ain't gonna be content. It don't work like that.
Even
I
I
mean,
know
that's
I
it.
can
That's
get got.
all.
And I'm okay with that. Like if I say something wrong, I know I can get got. You know what I'm saying? I'm making beef sector content,
And
right?
I know what Miss T is feeling to be fair because I do that, but that's wrong. And I had to check myself because you cannot hold other people because yeah, I know it's things that I don't expect from Nina because she's my real friend that I wouldn't, I would like maybe forgive. But then that also I had to like talk to my friend about how that looked too because I'm just over here like not holding nobody else accountable and I'm nice to them the next day. And I had to explain to her that I don't value you the same. But you gotta have a dialogue and y'all gotta talk that out. And it seems like Miss T didn't care enough to do that. And I think that's the central message. And I think that's why the hood table is good with it. And even though YouTube cameras were spicing up a little bit at the end of her life, she didn't give her that fight because the hood table is goals for me. Once I see you don't value me, we don't need to have another discussion, but I'm still do commentary on the bullshit. And that was a perfect example of how I want to handle things because you do need to move away when people don't value you because nobody who valued you would say the bullshit she said to YouTube cameras about get money after that live with Rick Reed, even though it's not YouTube cameras' fault what Rick said. I'm not saying that. But if you're gonna get mad over that, you're gonna be enraged over that. And I've heard her tell people what kind of woman they are to allow some shit over less. So you like somebody, you're not gonna critique them, even if they do something to you. Okay, that's fine. Just be honest with that because if the hood table feels like I think that we all getting the feeling, and I might be wrong, that they were closer, the hood table and Miss T Velocity than Miss T Velocity and YouTube cameras. And see, I'm going off of all my opinions based on that. That seems to be the observation. So that's why Miss T needs to look at it because but I think Miss T is from the school of thought that if we are closer, you should move different. But did you have a discussion with the hood table about that? Because you can't make people agree to something that they didn't sign on to.
That's very
Because I'm
true.
like that. I would have expected the shit that Miss T and Jay Dunn had with them. I wouldn't expect Nina to entertain her on her panel. No, but that's the difference. Like we not both CCs. And Nina even had to. I mean, full transparency. Nina had to push away from my platform for a while.
Dizzle's coming up.
Okay.
I know y'all
Like,
don't have an issue.
no, of course not.
Is that you, Jay Dizzle?
I don't like this.
You don't like this?
No. It took too long. It won't let me put my picture. I don't like it.
Oh yeah, the other one let me put my picture. This one let us change. Let me see. This one don't let us change our
I
picture.
kept trying and it kept telling me unable to do it due to low memory or something like that. And I'm like, that's a mess up.
Hmm.
But it'll do. It looks good, Charlie. But I just don't like that it took so long. And then it took so long to connect me up here. Just the most.
Is doing the most on that. Now, I would say it does have all the bells and whistles that StreamYard has, if not more. Uh, but, that part that's why was trying to get guests up here to see how it reacts with guests. See how people like it.
Yeah, even like here, Okay, I was trying to put it on mute. I had to hit the mute button like 8 times for it to finally go. It's just I don't know.
It's something to play around with. I wonder if I eventually upgrade it, would it act better? You know what I'm saying? It says you can have up to 6 guests, so yeah, it does have a guest limit of 6. Um, you can upgrade it
Yeah,
though.
I think for me it just seems like it's a slight delay, but I don't know if I would want you to spend money upgrading it if it's still, you know, if it still might be the same.
I might use this for a little while, and then once my thing resets on the 24th, StreamYard pop back over there. But no, with the situation, with what happened, like I said with Miss Tiva and the Hood Table, I thought that situation could have been worked out so easy. That's the way I felt about it, because it wasn't like the Hood Table was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna be," No, for her, I think it was, you know, hey, I forgot. You know what I'm saying? I forgot they had beef. Oh, I think it uh knocked Jay Dizzle down. But yeah, um, that was the part that I thought was crazy. Was I thought that could have been worked out, and I think I understand what the Hood Table feels, and I understand what Miss Tiva feels, but I just thought it could have. Sorry about that, y'all. My mama was. Oh look, Demon Soul changed her picture, y'all. She's over here playing around in the background.
And I was trying to figure out how to change the picture and stuff.
Uh, the Evu Mooks, I liked it, but I will say that the interface on it is harder to get down. Like, it was harder for me to play my intro and outro on that one than it is this one. It was a lot more difficult. I will say that for someone who's never used OBS, it is closer akin to OBS
Click the
than
link,
this one is.
QI, so you can see. You can Jay Dunn probably. I think Jay Dunn has some connection issues because I got up really fast. And remember, I told you when I first came on, Charlie, oh, I like this. I got up fast, right? Then because when you come on and you look at the bottom, you will see a TV screen with your name on it, and it'll tell you how loud you are and all of that. And it'll tell you when you lose connection too. And it's 3 dots where your name is and the camera is, and you can pull you a picture out your from there. So it's like a little interface that you're looking at while you up. Like Charlie is up at the top of me, and at the bottom of me, I see the blank screen, my name, 3 dots, and different options. I can look at the chat, all those things. So you see like 2 screens while you up here. You have to come up here and look at it, Kira. Yeah, I get you the hood table. I got it right away. Like, it wasn't letting me use my mute button. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can go try again, Jay Dunn. But yeah, but you have to see it, QI. Right, QI. I think that we should just stop using StreamYard to make them not acting like that. I was already gonna cut a fool. I was gonna try to get it back, and then because like used to be when you canceled, you got the $10 offer or whatever it was. But now they say they only offer you 10%. But I was
They
gonna
didn't even offer
complain.
me that, child. I canceled. They didn't offer me nothing. I was waiting on an
I
email,
think they trying to
something.
see if strong arming everybody will work. And when it doesn't, they go on a but you gotta think about it. The big platforms that use this, like $45 is nothing to them.
Oh yeah, it's nothing in but for us over here, us po
Right.
folk.
That's why they should offer, yeah, various plans for creatives. Because if you're supporting the creative process, you shouldn't be trying to hit them over the head with a lot of fees until they at that point.
Oh yeah, because their
Um,
pro plan is like $100 and something dollars. I swear to God, and that's for the more professional YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? They
hmm
trying to beat us little people over the head. But I like this so far. I'm gonna keep using it. See how much
Yeah, I
free.
just wanted to play around, but I think I'm gonna use the other stream yard like for now because I'm not really gonna be live like that. Like I just gonna go live every day. Every day. So I think that'll be fine for me. But I just wanted to play around with it because like in my other life, I just wanted to kind of see from what I'm gonna be doing next. Like if I do lives, like what kind of like how these all things like work or whatever.
I'm gonna be y'all's test dummy, and I will tell y'all which ones. So far, one thing I do not like about the Uvamex. Now, if you have a time crunch and you can only be live for 2 hours, it will automatically cut your live off at the exact 2 hour mark. I don't like
Mm-hmm.
that. So if you did have a good show and you were going over a little bit, that one's going to cut you off. That's one thing I did not like about it. You have to upgrade, but their plans are cheap. Their next plan is like 20 something dollars, $29, something like that, or 20 something dollars. So, and it doesn't cut off your streams if you upgrade to
Oh,
their middle
okay.
plan. So
That's good.
it's not that expensive. Now over here on this one, I'm not going to click on it yet because I think if I click on it, it might kick me out of this. Let me see if I can open it in a new the where you can buy it and see how much it is. I ain't gonna do that right now, but I'll tell y'all tomorrow. I'll take a screenshot of it for the GoPro and the prices on this one. I
Mm-hmm.
will say that this one looks a little different, but it's very easy to interface and use. Like
Oh yeah, I think
on
that's
my
what I noticed. Yeah, and I think Mob Radio, the like my favorite YouTuber, she started doing it because she uses the streaming process not for panels necessarily, but when she doing her shows on Twitter and on the station head, she records for and streams for YouTube, and she's having to do her videos, which has helped her revenue. So I'm glad it's helping her because she's having to put like we sometimes we'll get over there and we'll have a 6 hour live, and she'll have to do 3 lives on the YouTube because it cuts it off at the 2 hours. I think this is what she's using. But for her, she's getting to get the revenue off those 3 lives because she got the traffic. You know what I'm saying? So, but if
and
I
you
catch it
can
on Twitter, I can watch the whole 6 hours on Station Head in Twitter. But if it's on YouTube, we got to see 3 videos.
on this one right here, it does allow you to restream to Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. There was a couple of more things, all at the same time.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
So you can stream not just to YouTube, but you can stream to the other ones too. And I believe you'll get like separate chat boxes for each.
Oh, that's even. Oh, that's wonderful. That'll help VS because she has her Facebook group for her retail store stuff, and then she also goes live on YouTube, and then sometimes she needs both of them to talk to each other. I think that'll be good for her too.
I think Via should look into this restream and try it at least once and see how it
Mm-hmm.
works for her. Um,
Mm-hmm. But okay, Charlie, I'm gonna get down and get finished over here because I gotta get my presentation, well, final thing for my last day of class, and then I gotta be nosy and see what's going on. And y'all just wait for it because I'm gonna get pretty as soon as I get through my class or whatever. If it don't happen before then, I'm gonna let that girl know a piece of my mind some way or the other.
no, yeah, my parents are going to the store right quick before my mom has her doctor's appointment today. Later this afternoon, she's got to do her checkup. She got to do her
Mm-hmm.
checkup. So he was coming here, asking me if I needed anything while he was going to the store.
Oh, that's sweet. I love, and it's just so blessing to have family around.
See, I've they took care of me, I take care of them kind of situation.
Right. That's how it's supposed to be. But okay, y'all, I see y'all in these streets. Oh, when you tried to add a picture, it dropped you. I'll let you try again. Okay, Q I them might test it out real quick or whatever. But I'm
Oh,
gonna drop
okay.
down, Charlie.
All right. See you later, beautifuls on these streets. Thank you for coming up, Dina. So, yeah, I think that is when you come up, QI, it may take me a second, so don't disconnect because I have to add my banner just to make sure, right? That is, oh, that's Dina. So is back.
You real quick. Oh, I like this. Like when I leave, oh, I feel like a kid in candy store. When you leave, y'all, all I gotta do is click that button again, and I can come right back up if I forgot to tell Charlie something without having to drop back down and click the link.
Oh, that's good.
I like that. Y'all need to come here and see how it looks. Okay, y'all. Bye.
Bye, Dina. So that's what the banner looks like. And it's actually QI on my left side of my screen. If I'd show you what uh, I have these scenes right on the left side. And I can create a scene like this one's my welcome video. This is my screen share screen. So, and I can reset that. Let's say where I exited out of the screen share earlier. I can also add things to it. I can duplicate things. That was my banner one that I made. Like I'm switching through the things really quickly, as you can tell, right? I'm switching. Now, when you do your banner, it's going to pop up like this. And you see I'm little right there. You have to press this thing that says maximize on the banner. So that's why you see that when I do that. And then I have this one, and it lets you put the chat box right here on your left side. And you can hide that. You can put that in there. Um, it's real. It shows you. It's like the scenes are on your left side. You can add scenes. Like I could add, let's say, a countdown. I can add different scenes as I go along. Like if I want to, let's say I do a media one, right? Um, Y'all, this, oh God, that looks like triple thing. This is what I'm looking at right now. You see the scenes on this side? That's where you add the scenes. Over here on this side, that's going to look crazy. This is where the chat box is, right? You can go through your designs, right? You got captions, music. It has music over here that you can play. You know what I'm saying? You can put QR codes in. Uh, I'm gonna stop the screen share though because it looks weird to me and it's freaking me out a little bit. So go up here to this one. This is where your people are. To stop the screen share, I just turn that off right there and see it stops it. But I still have that open to where if I want to screen share something different, right? Um, but I can also delete that scene too. I'm just showing you different ways that you can, just showing a little bit, um, you know, try again. You know, it kind of looks like OBS in a way, yes. Um, See if you can join again, QI, and that way you can look at it from a guest perspective because it does look different as a guest versus, you know, whatnot. But yeah, it has a lot of interface. I think you'll like it, QI, in my opinion. And um, you can multi do it. I just wanted to show y'all that little bit. You can create your scenes in the left side. You can create them and you can put media in them, which is like YouTube videos, screen shares. You can choose your screen you're wanting to share, right, and what you're wanting to do, just like StreamYard. It's like OBS and StreamYard had a baby, but it's easier to use. And the one from yesterday is like OBS and StreamYard had a baby, but it's harder to use in some ways. It takes a little bit more fiddling around with it to get used to it. It's good too, but it just takes a little more fiddling, if that makes sense. You have to do a little bit more. Yeah, it messed with my ADHD too, QI. I was like, it looks like too many windows open at one time. Look like they're staring into my soul. I can't do all this. But yeah, so it does have a different interface, but it's really nice. I found it very easy to add the scenes. I found it very easy to use as far as in setting things up. But, found that all out, all that good, lovely stuff. I am going to say that I'm going to go over there in just a few minutes because I do have to get off here, go take a shower, do all that stuff. I think I got to go with my mom to her doctor's appointment. I thought my dad was going to go with her, but I don't know if he's going to go with her. Anyway, it's a whole thing. I got to go get my medicine. It's a lot going on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share. Um, I'm going to share two live, links in my chat here. One is going to be Brianna's replay. That's going to be the first one that I'm going to drop down. Now, this is for Brianna Simone's replay. The second one is going to be for Creole Butterfly. She needs her watch hours, and she's talking about her new contest that she's going to be doing. So that's going to be up to y'all whether y'all want to go over there or not. I'm just giving the option. Fixing to check right quick and see who is live. You know, I always do that. And make sure. Now, King Roman is live, and he's talking about the election. Let's see. I don't know if he's still live. I have to go over here and let me go to my YouTube main screen here because you know some. So Creo is live. Court TV is live. HBIC Room Shake is live. The Good Putty Cat is live. Miss Verla is alive, and also YouTube automatically just subscribe me to the Restream people. Yes, the McKinley case. I was actually going to talk about that. I'm going to bring it up tomorrow. And the one in Louisiana, I have it. I have the Brian Kopler case. There were slayings of 4 Idaho college students, and there was a third case that I had pulled up from them. What's the other one? The Laken Riley murder case for Jose Ibarra. His trial is set for November. So we have like 3 different ones. Yeah, she a big old girl. She a big old girl, Dima. So I have those 3 set up. We were going to go over that today. True crime didn't come up today. The drama came up today. So, you know, I've always said that sometimes it will take over regular programming. But tomorrow, I am going to go over those cases. I know tomorrow's Freaky Friday or whatnot. But tomorrow, those cases are going to come up. I already have like a lot of the information pulled up so we can go over it. And everything else, but I'm going to go ahead today and I'm going to close this out. And so far, it's amazing good. I'll tell y'all tomorrow more thoughts about this because I'm going to reuse this one tomorrow. So far, it seems to be acting amazing. I like it better than the Evo Max one. Restream seems to me to work better. So, you know, we're going to try this again tomorrow. I hope y'all all have a beautiful, blessed day. I will see y'all out on these streets. And hugs and kisses. And thank you all my angels who became members. I am going to be doing a members only live soon. And dropping that Discord link so we can watch movies together and have a fun old good time. Thank y'all for being here today.
The TUPELO, I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the TUPELO. I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go from the TUPELO. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the TUPELO. I'm ripping my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction. This was the best ride. We all big boy rolling and holding. Come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Outer Street, bending every corner on the west, and that's where I'll be. Sunroof back, Captain C banging down 1800, chunking up the deuce to my post slanging down on 1800. Show no love to the ladies that's training round on 1800, making time stand still. Crystalline swinging down on 1800. Watching out for them knuckleheads that be staying round on 1800. Big rims and low pros be blanging round on 1800. Better completely change the way you're thinking about round 1800. Really hate to see you boys get left slanking round 1800. Out of street got some history, just let Captain C lay it out. If I don't finish it all on this one, let the second verse break it out. Remember the blue apartments and OG standing back there by 60 deep. Bull walking, Charles Blue, a big Anthony Hughes and P.
I'm from the TUPELO, I'm reppin' my